Alright guys, it's day 2, round 2. We got dry dirt and a good weather forecast. Let's hit the ground and get this party started. Alright guys, it's day 2. Let me get you caught up to speed here. It's been a crazy morning. I don't know if you guys can hear that roller vibrate. It's got just the right harmonics to it. But anyways, we got lucky. We got like an inch of rain south of us, an inch of rain north of us. We got like a tenth of an inch right here, which worked out good. But we are digging this the second step is what we're digging. I can hop down there in the hole and try to do my best to explain this step to you, but I'll tell you what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to draw you a picture real quick. I think that'll make more sense than anything. So let me hop back to the shop at this. I'll draw you a picture, kind of show you what our method to our madness is, and then I'll come back out here and show you in real life what we're actually doing. Alright guys, I'm in the shop at my desk real quick and I put my best artistic skills to the test. Let me show you what I'm trying to talk about out there. So this is a little bit of a picture of the dam that I drew. This is the back side of the dam underneath the water. See my pretty water line there? The pink line represents what we call the slip plane. So if you guys see in the video, that huge crack that was in the dam, that huge crack was like right here. And this section of the dam here dropped almost 6 feet. So it kind of dropped and slid out, and it slid all the way down the dam. Now, as we figured out later, you'll see in some future videos, up here towards the top of the dam, this slip plane was quite a bit deeper than what it was down there. Now, as far as finding that slip plane, it probably takes a little bit of experience, but if you've been around enough to look at dirt, you can dig down through there and pretty much tell where it's slipping at. If you kind of know what you're looking for, that layer of gray, nasty stuff was kind of a key. The other key is where the moisture changed. It always seems to be wet for some reason where it's slipping at, because water is able to penetrate down through the ground, get there, lubricate that level, and it takes off. So what we're doing is these lines here represent step number 1. So basically we dug down through the slip pane, got down into good dirt, and this is where we put the lifts in here, and we compacted this in lifts up through here. I think there was 5 lifts. We actually compacted that up past what's going to be the dam, because later on Jerry will come back and just shove that off. Now here's the trick. So this is number 1 here. This is lift number 2. So lift number 2 will come down through the slip plane. It don't have to come down as far, but it needs to overlap step number 1 so it can push against it this way and stabilize it. Then as we go up the dam, ideally you want to get through the slip plane. You don't have to get as far to it. You need to get at least down to it. But the main thing is to overlap this one so it can push against that one. Now why this is hard to show on the job site is I cannot dig this all the way across the dam from one end to the other, because all this is going to want to slide down into my trench. So I got to do it in sections. So I don't have a huge section of it opened up all at one time. We're just doing it in 10 or 15 foot increments, compacting it and moving down. So that's why it was hard to explain to you guys out on the job site. Hopefully this illustration helps. Back to the job again. Alright guys, this is kind of the end of the run on the second lift. I don't have the best example of it, but the main importance is making sure that sidewall's good. Jerry's laying them lifts in there, and then Aaron's coming back and forth with the roller and rolling it in. This ditch is actually dug out farther than what that ditch was, so I should have got you some video down there of a good example of how those two walk together. But we'll let Aaron and Jerry get this one filled in. We'll step up and do it again. We got into some really nasty stuff down here far, but we're getting there. I'm liking the way it's looking. We got the same issue today. We're kind of threat for afternoon weather, so we don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. But we're getting it. All right, guys, kind of give you a little bit of an update here. We got about 4 lifts in this. One thing I didn't get a chance, it's been crazy. It's just been crazy. One thing I didn't get a chance to point out in the beginning is the bottom of this hole was not the best material. I really wasn't worried about the bottom. I was worried about the sidewall. Hopefully that come across right. But we left that bottom rough and tilted this way slightly, and we put the first lift in very thin, trying to get this good material to bond with the not so good material. So we're getting close to having this lift topped off. Jerry's actually kind of working on another bench up there. I'm getting ready to hop up there, and I will actually start digging in that next bench up there as they finish up this last lift here. These first two lifts, like I've said time and time again, they're by far the most crucial. I don't want to take any importance away from them as we get up the hill farther, but the higher we get, the less pressure we got, the less crucial they are. I got a feeling we're going to get into some better material up there, because what we are digging in now was actually original grade they built on top of. What we're going to get into up there is actually fill they put in, which ironically I think is going to be better material. Give you guys a little idea what's going on. I'm getting started on the third one. Aaron is compacting the second one, so the second lift being compacted. And Jerry's over there with the dozer. He's trying to take some of that not so good dirt, mix it in with some of this better dirt. That way we can use it for the final lift or two on here and get everything sealed off good. So I'm working my way across here. We're probably about, I get this lift done, we're probably about a third of the way up the dam, but it should go a little quicker as we get up to the top there. Give you guys a little update here. This is bench number 2. It is pretty much filled up to grade. I have started in on bench 3. I thought this was going to be a quick and easy one. This was about as deep as we were going to go. But as I got going down through there, I ran into some material I really wasn't all that happy with. So I think about right there on, that goes back into the old original grade, the original dirt. So I went ahead and just dug that out at the width of the roller. We're going to roll some in there, and then we'll come on up with this lift here. It's definitely original dirt, because you just tell by the layers, the way it's in there. Everything over the hill, Jerry's been kind of cutting and shaping what we've been compacting and installing lifts, and it's definitely tight. We're definitely getting compacted on it. That's good. See, man behind the scenes over there working hard. All right, back to digging. So far the weather's holding out. Weather's holding out pretty good today, so we're making good progress. All right guys, totally random. I'm gonna go all kinds of dirt nerd on you here real quick. This is a perfect example on a small scale what is happening in this dam. You got this good clay dirt right here, sitting on top of this old nasty gray clay. Look how slick that is. I slid forward, see how I just slid right off there? That's what's happening on a big scale over here. That's why we're doing all this work to keep that from happening. But that is a perfect example of what we're fighting right there. All right, so Jerry's basically running slope on lifts 1 and 2. Man behind the scenes is vibrating. Number 4. It's just about up. It needs to come up one more lift. I got the majority of number 4 dug, but like the previous steps, there's a surprise on this one as well. I don't know if you guys can see this dark colored dirt here. There's a consistent seam that goes all the way across this bench, about 6 inches of topsoil. That's not good. That topsoil is the same as that nasty old gray clay. It just slides off, so we're gonna end up going deeper on this bench than I want to go to, but I gotta get that out of there. Show you guys real quick right here. See that layer right there? That's all old topsoil. If you could smell it, there'd be no denying it, but that is almost a guaranteed slide on any slope whatsoever. If that's not on top, it's just a lubricant and away she goes. So we're gonna dig that out and put it somewhere other than in the dam, preferably on top of the dam. And yeah, that's what we gotta dig test holes and kind of see what we got, so we know what's down below. We don't know what we're working with, because that's not good.
see that? Jerry just gave me a thumbs up. He won't give that guy a thumbs up. I don't know what I'm doing videotaping these guys. Got this nice pond right here. I'm ready to go put my feet in the water, kick back and relax. I'm going to try to point something out here, and I'm sure all you viewers would agree with me. I'm not the safest guy in the world, but I believe if you look real close right there, you'll have a foot hanging out the front of that window right there, and I believe that's a no-no. I just need to know if I need to write him a citation or not. There you can get a look at it again. That's illegal. You want fired? Just remember, I write your checks. Well, I may not write them, but I know the person that does, and that comes from the HR department, and I know her really good. You know what, listen, I'm gonna go down to Jerry. Camera, had to turn around and start digging over here. Now this thing right here, call this the high roller, a lot like me. And I guess I'm gonna try to make it back up that hill to roll that one more time. All right, this don't go as planned. I hope he edits this out of the video. First things first, kill switch, key, brake, throttle. don't step in this. That's why the man behind the scenes is doing it. Trying to get everything packed in real good. This thing had zoom. You can look up in that cab. I mean, I'm sure it's got zoom, I just can't find it. That's all he's been doing, is sitting there playing Mario Brothers on his phone.
I'm not sure what you're telling me, but I am working extremely hard up there.
Well, that's what I was kind of explaining to him. You sitting up there on your phone playing Mario Brothers when we got work to do. Anything to try to beat me on that go-kart track, I see. Well, evidently it does, because you're probably going to spend $2,000 to $3,000 on a go-kart motor to beat me. And all I've got is maybe a $200 motor. All right, folks, there you have it. Going for a bigger, hotter motor just so he can beat me on the track. I think viewers will disagree with that. All right, see that? He told me to give myself a pat on the back. I'm doing a fine job. Hey, I just want to point something out too. You know, Jerry has gave me a thumbs up and a pat on the back twice now on camera.
I try not to put Jerry on the spot like that.
Oh, I wasn't. He just did it. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked. He knows who makes things happen around here. Again, that ain't good. while he sets up that AC cab, I guess I'm gonna come up and show you what kind of trash dirt we're dealing with. It should be all clay, good clay, but evidently a lot of topsoil in it. Oh yeah. Try to point it out here. You can kind of see. I'm not very good with this camera. But you can see where the topsoil's at. This topsoil here, probably about 5-6 foot down where it should have been all clay. The topsoil goes on top, not on bottom. But now, what I don't like about what's going on here is you can see where I was running the roller through there. Well, Jerry's cutting the back of the dam basically to a 3-to-1. I want to say right now, I'm going to say it's close to 3-to-1. Problem that I have with that, I guess I'm getting too big for my high roller. It won't climb this hill. We were struggling. That last time we came up was a struggle. So I think what I'm going to have to do is on the far side, have him cut me a little roadway in so I can get in. I asked Mr. Dirt Perfect to do it a while ago, but he wouldn't do it for me. So hopefully I can get Jerry to do that for me. Go ahead, keep going.
Easy access.
Oh, okay. I was just coming up to show them.
That's how I'm marking the height. I know it's 3 foot deep.
Oh, that's good.
Built in tape measure.
Good deal. I like that. I know you don't get told enough, but I'm going to tell you, you're doing a fine job. I'm right, ain't I?
Why are you screaming whenever you got a radio on your shoulder?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just wanted to let you know you're doing a fine job. I know you don't hear it enough.
I appreciate that. Why are you not doing your job?
You know, I lost track. I got behind this camera again and forgot what I was supposed to be doing. So I'm going to hand this camera back over.
It's a roller operator.
High roller, just like me.
That's kind of a little roller like you.
Okay, I'll go with that.
So we're on bench number 5, and I'm not going to hop down there in the hole because I don't feel comfortable, but we have hit some just absolutely horrible material. So I'm trying to take the good stuff and put it up here on the bench where we can compact it. I'm throwing the bad stuff out there, and Jerry's pushing it around trying to get it to dry out and mix it with some good stuff. And we're trying to keep the good stuff as close to the surface as possible. We got to use the dirt somewhere. So, but yeah, I don't know what's going on up here in this dam. I really thought we were going to run into better dirt the higher we got. It's been the exact opposite. We've hit worse dirt the higher we got. So we're going to make the best out of her. All right, guys, we are closing in on the end of day 2. Technically, it's day 1.5. We only worked till about noon the first day. But as you guys can see in the video here, we are definitely working our way up the dam. We are, I believe this is the 5th step in, and we basically got at least 2 more we want to do. Well, what we think at this point in the day is we got this thing whooped. It's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We think we got about a half day the next day to put these last couple steps in and knock this thing out. But if you guys stay tuned to the next video in this series, it is not that easy. We run into a few more surprises down in this dam and actually have a few tense moments with the water level as we get a little bit higher there. It gets interesting just a bit, but you guys have to stay tuned for that. We're going to wrap this one up here. You can see Jerry kind of putting the final touches on the bench here. We got weather threatening again at this time. I know it looks sunny right here, but it is raining all around us again. We just keep getting hit in the weather lottery here, and just pretty lucky we haven't got nailed by a summer thunder shower yet. But fly down and check out man behind the scenes down here hanging out on this high roller. He thinks he's over here hiding, but I've snuck up with him on the drone and caught him here just hanging out. But in all seriousness, pretty lucky to have some good help. You know, Jerry's a very experienced dozer hand. Aaron don't have a lot of experience on the equipment, but he's a quick learner and willing to jump in wherever we need him and do whatever I ask. So guys, as always, we're going to wrap this one up. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Appreciate you guys watching. Hope you'll stay tuned into the last video in this series, and as always guys, we shall catch you on the next one.